This is Antic, the Atari 8-Bit podcast. I'm Kay Savitz. Dr. Brenda Laurel worked at Atari from 1980 through 1984. She began as software specialist for educational applications, then soon became manager of software strategy for the home computer division. In mid-1982, she joined Atari Corporate Research at the Sunnyvale Research Laboratory, where she worked with Alan Kay. After Atari, she worked for Activision as Director of Software Development. Later, she founded Purple Moon, a software company focused on creating games for young girls, and co-founded Telepresence Research, a company focused on first-person media and virtual reality. This interview took place on July 15, 2021. Check the show notes at ataripodcast.com for links to articles that Brenda wrote for Atari Connection magazine, her doctoral dissertation toward the design of a computer-based interactive fantasy system, scans of memos on the subject of interactive fantasy that she wrote while at Atari Research, and more.
Before Atari, I was working on my Master's of Fine Arts degree in acting at Ohio State University, and then passed my PhD generals. This was around 1975. And a friend of mine who worked at Battelle Memorial Institute and was in charge of computer graphics, and I got fairly stoned, and he took me over there to show me images coming in from Viking. And I sort of went crazy. Like, what is this? I want to do this. This is so cool. So he, a year later, he and a colleague from Battelle started a little computer game company, or I should say computer entertainment company, using an 1802 processor and 2K of usable RAM, loaded from audio cassette. So I was designing interactive fairy tales on that machine.
That was the Cybervision system, right?
Yeah. I'm doing things like lip syncing because I didn't know I couldn't, because there was so little where we had these converging nodes because we were loading from cassette tape. Anyway, that company did pretty well for its time. I mean, it was my first, but certainly not last, crash dummy experience. So we went out of business primarily because Atari showed up and they started selling lots of stuff. And eventually, one by one, the Cybervision people went to Atari.